morning, my Facebook friend and my friends all over the world. My time here is 10 minutes to 1 a.m. in Nigeria, and right now, a lot of things cannot make me sleep. I'm supposed to be on my bed now, lying down, and thinking about work tomorrow, but trying to go through some books right now, but I can't just pick it because what keeps coming to my head is just about the sustainable development goals. And I was just like, if that's what is coming to mind, I think I need to do another video on the sustainable development goals. Sorry to bother you at this moment. I just have a few words to say development goal before going to bed tonight. Good morning once again. I'm Badamosi Olalekan Sherif by name, and I am the coordinator for Sustainable Development Goals Awareness Campaign Tour. This is a campaign we started about 18 months ago precisely, and we have been able to go through our first phase of the project, which is a 17-month awareness goal about the Sustainable Development Goals. So we know the Sustainable Development Goals have been here and they're ambitious, and we all are trying our best to make sure we carry out advocacy, community engagement to make sure people know about the Sustainable Development Goals. But right now, it seems I'm just doing some kind of crazy things. You can see all behind me. I'm trying to just scatter in my rooms with the placard of Sustainable Development Goals with me, because I don't just know what to do. I don't know how to reach out to people out there. I just don't know how to tell it out to people what the Sustainable Development Goals is about. But in my own little way, I just try at every point in time that the Sustainable Development Goal comes to mind. I always want to talk about one thing or the other. Tonight, one of my friends posted something on Facebook, and it has to be do about entrepreneurship. He was sharing a story of how a guy started a socks business, and thereabout he was asking everyone to comment on the story he posted on Facebook. And the only thing that came to my mind was a quote, and the quote was, I'm trying to remember the quote I sent to the guy on Facebook again right now, but when I remember, I'll get back to you on that, because thereabout, after sending that quote this night, it was something about creativity makes you limitless. Now I remember, creativity makes you limitless. And I was just wondering as I'm about to go to bed that what again do I need to do to tell people about the Sustainable Development Goals that I was saying earlier. We are a group of people who came about to form a group called the Sustainable Development Goals Awareness Campaign Tour. And this tour has been on for 18 months. After the first phase, we are now in the second phase, about to kickstart our project on the second phase. The Sustainable Development Awareness Campaign Tour right now is in 8 states in Nigeria, which Lagos State was one of them. And in Lagos State, we are trying to do something differently. We want to make sure everybody in Lagos State is affected and feel the impact of the Sustainable Development Goals. And in doing that, we know we'll be able to curb poverty, unemployment, and a lot of meaning in our society. Just of recent, we've been seeing jungle justice at Ikorodu local government of the Axis of Lagos, whereby some street boys have been killing innocent people. And recently too, we heard about the kidnapping of some school children that are supposed to be in their school learning. Some bad people just use that motive to take these children into captivity, and up till now this should be the 48th day that these children have been in captivity and nobody have heard about these children. Now, what are we talking about? I'm talking about the Sustainable Development Goals. And right behind me, you can see this is the most important of all the goals to me, and that is goal 17, which is talking about partnership for the goals. Partnership for the goals. A lot of people have been trying to do advocacy of sustainable development goals, but failing to understand that this goal is not something you can achieve on your own, together as one, as a body, as an NGO, as individual, as a community, to make the sustainable development goals work. Recently, last year, just like this shirt I was wearing, we were carrying out an advocacy in our community. And what we're trying to do then is, during the long vacation of the student in the community, we try to enlighten the student what community engagement is all about. And we are not just doing this by just talking. We do this in a practical way, whereby we seek out funds from everybody in the community, not in terms of money. We seek fund in terms of space for lesson for the children, the vacation coaching for the student, whereby during those vacation coaching we have a lot of classes from kindergarten age up to like children in higher school of learning, whereby what we tried to do then was have basic classes for them in their English language, mathematics, science. We do a lot of interactive section, and by and large we do some things on career building. And also at the later end, we now introduce the sustainable development goals to the kids, whereby after the whole lesson for 2 months, which was free, and it was massive in the sense that people in the community were actually donating for free to make sure this lesson goes on and on. We then did an advocacy in the community so that children of tender age can know what the sustainable development goals is about. So my community is Empire Community. So sustainable development goals is not something we have to rely on the government to ensure it makes it happen. The goals is for you, the goals is for me. You have to earn it. In your community, what are you doing to make your community better? In your household, what are you doing to make your household better? Where you work, what are you doing more professional? When we do this, we all in our own little way are contributing either to the success or failure of our environment. A lot of things have been said about Nigeria, but that does not mean Nigeria is a bad country in itself. But we as citizens of Nigeria need to check ourselves. A lot of people have also been talking about succession of Nigeria, division. People of the Igbo ethnic group want to go. People in the Hausa land also want to go. People in the Yorubaris also want to go. But we all are forgetting about peace, justice that make us a strong nation. And that is why we all need to key into the sustainable development goals, do a lot of advocacy, and make sure everybody is aware of this sustainable development goal. In the month of July, something new will be coming into Lagos State, and that is from the SDGsACT, which is the Sustainable Development Goals Awareness Campaign Tour. We are trying to work on the goal 8 of the Sustainable Development Goals, which is decent work and economic growth. And what we are looking at with this goal is about making sustainable wealth for all nations. Starting from Lagos State, we know Lagos State government has been working very hard on this decent work and economic growth in the past, even though they are not really saying they are working on the sustainable development goal. But we want to ensure we put all this work into check by supporting the state government, understand that decent work and economic growth is one of the key measures by which we can bring sustainable wealth to everybody in Nigeria. Right now I'm feeling dizzy, but I just have to say something about the sustainable development goals. So you can also join me on my Facebook or on our Facebook group, which is Sustainable Development Goals at, or follow us on Instagram and also on Twitter at SDGACT_Lagos.